So me and the man were sitting around the big parlor room, and ESPN was on, and the man was complaining about the NBA. And he says, all of a sudden, he kind of snapped out of it. He was kind of in a daze, and he was rambling on about how much he thinks Kendrick Perkins is a big, fat know-it-all. Now, I'm just an idiotic, stupid dog. I wouldn't say that about Big Perk, but the man, he's already intoxicated. He's drinking clear liquor of some kind. I don't know if it's some kind of mash. I mean, if it's straight up moonshine or what it is, but he's really hammered, and he's really running down Big Perk, and he's calling him a big fatso. He's saying he's a big fatso, and he thinks he's a big know-it-all. And then, but the thing, when he came to, he was like, oh my goodness gracious, look at Chiney Ogwumike's eyes over here. The man, he was like, look at Chiney Ogwumike's eyes over here. They're like, she must have a little, I don't want to say anything negative, but she might have a little bit, what do you call like the Martian or one of them little green men with their ginormous eyes from Mars. What do you call those guys? I forget. I mean, she might have in her bloodline, in her heritage, she might have what you would say a little Martian. That girl might have a little Martian in her, those eyes, and I think she's might accentuating with the way she's doing her makeup. The lady's supposed to be the star. She's making this little girl over here look like somebody put her eyes out with hot pokers. This poor girl, she has the shit. This girl, I don't even know what her name is. She looks like the black version of Orphan Annie, perhaps, only with maybe next to Ogwumike. Next to Chiney Ogwumike, she looks like somebody took a hot poker and skewered out her eyeballs. She's like she doesn't have any eyes at all. The poor dear, the poor darling, she's wearing the same eyeshadow color. Maybe ESPN people dressed him this way. But Chiney Ogwumike's got this crazy, ginormous set of eyes, and she's accentuated them. They almost look artificial, and at first they're not off-putting, but they're so startling. You're like, am I supposed to be paying attention to what you're talking about basketball, Chiney, or am I supposed to be staring at your eyes? And they're so captivating and engrossing, and you're like, I mean, is that her shtick? That's how she captures you, then she proves? But the eyes, they kind of start out startling, and then they become captivating. They're so lovely, they're so overpowering, and you look at everybody else's eyes, every single other person, the white guys, the poor other lady who's the host of the NBA today, their eyes all look disgusting. They're not symmetrical. You can't even see them. They look like little robot slits or something. You're like, these are eyes? Look at Chiney Ogwumike over here. Maybe you should all try to get eyes like hers. Maybe, but you can't. She's like enormous. Like, it's like Dolly Parton when she was a 26-year-old. Any woman standing next to Dolly Parton, you're going to feel a little, whatever you would say, inadequate. And so I'm sure Chiney Ogwumike is making all the people, all of them, with her face, or her big, beautiful, giant face sticking out all over the place, with the massive, beautiful headlights shining, just empowering, just taking over, uproariously, drawing all the attention, all the oxygen in the room, everything right to her, whatever you say, not her profile, it's her forefile. It's the, forward-facing thing that Chiney Ogwumike. But, I just happen to notice it, the man said. But still, I don't like the NBA that much. And if they were talking about the WNBA, if it wasn't for Chiney Ogwumike's eyes, I wouldn't even give a rat's ass. Just put it to you that way. But, he's watching the WNBA. I think the TV's broken. The only thing he gets is ESPN. So I've seen the man watch more, different things like hatchet throwing and lawn darts competitions and a lot more WNBA coverage and a lot more. I mean, he watched the whole WNBA women's thing on the college level. He saw the whole thing with the little white girl from Iowa and the people from wherever started, the LSU Barbie doll, emerged victorious. I think she was the LSU Barbie doll. I'm not even sure what. That might be false. That could be the wrong Barbie doll. She's a Barbie doll herself, this LSU girl. But the little girl from Iowa got vanquished finally. And the man, he had to watch the whole thing because the only channel he's got is ESPN. So I'm seeing him watch more NBA today and whatever, more b-ball than we watched in a long time. I don't know. Pretty soon he'll be engrossed or ensnared or drenched in the, whatever you say, the draft. It'll be all about the NFL. Right now, let basketball shine a little bit, Will he or won't he? Will LeBron and Anthony Davis be able to survive long enough to make it into the play-in, let alone the 5th seed? Can they actually stay on the floor long enough to count for something? Can over there on the other side, I don't even know who it is, Kevin Garnett or whoever they said, somebody over there in the East, can they do their thing? It's going to be exciting my biggest thing is Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving actually going to miss the playoffs completely? It's hilarious. That's uproarious. That's crazy. That's something that's worth watching. It's a soap opera in and of itself. But to close out this big parlor, the man, he just thought that Chiney, Ogwumike's eyes were, the story of the day, so to speak, the story of the day.